A 21-year-old delivery guy took out a $15,000 high-interest predatory loan, drilled a hole in his skull, and installed a second-hand chip. He only sleeps 2 hours a day, calling it macroneural leverage. Meanwhile, Silicon Valley billionaires are spending $1 million to optimize their brains with the exact same tech. Put these two together, and who do you think is crazier? Would you drill a hole in your skull and install a second-hand chip if it meant you only needed 2 hours of sleep? Is this evolution or a corporate horror story designed to harvest the desperate? We put 3 people in the same room. Caleb, a welder, Dr. Julian, an academic elite, and Sam, the gig worker who went into debt for a brain implant. And then, things went completely off the rails.
Brain chips? That's the dumbest scam in history. Success isn't found in a circuit board. It's built with sweat and calluses. Wake up.
Caleb, your dinosaur hardware is pure downside. I'm hyperscaling my shifts toward billionaire-level speeds with neural leverage. Sleep? That's an outdated beta test. Zombie mode is the peak evolution.
Caleb's hostility is a predictable stress response of a specimen facing obsolescence. Calluses are not capital, Caleb. They are merely evidence of inefficient labor allocation. The market doesn't reward your sweat. It rewards cognitive surplus.
Sam took out a predatory, high-interest loan just to buy this second-hand chip, calling it an asymmetric upside. But to Dr. Julian, he's nothing but a poorly calculated data point.
Sam, you're not evolving. You're just duct taping a jet engine onto a tricycle. When the grid goes down, your brain chip won't fix a snapped axle.
Precisely. When the collapse occurs, Caleb will still just be the manual labor hauling scrap metal for the firm that owns the fuel. Statistically, Caleb, you're just a rounding error on my balance sheet.
At this point, the host asks Caleb a simple question. Caleb, do you use a smartphone?
A phone? Yes, I use tools. The difference is, my phone doesn't tell me how to think.
Caleb's phone/chip distinction is a false dichotomy born of low emotional variance. Both are external cognitive enhancements. He simply lacks the education to recognize the continuum.
This is the most bizarre moment of the debate. Caleb rails against technology while holding it in his hand, while Sam chases technology in a way that is actively destroying him.
No one wins here. Sam is taking on leverage in a depreciating skull, while Caleb is taking on leverage toward a wheelchair. The market selection remains undefeated.
Fatigue is just a fancy word for tired. Welcome to reality. Chips are no shortcut, and your little plans are like patching a blowout with Scotch tape. It won't hold.
Fatigue is not a fancy word. It is a measurable cortisol curve trending toward organ failure, statistically inevitable and entirely unglamorous. Your tape metaphor will not repair a herniated disc.
Julian is entirely correct, and that is the most chilling part. He doesn't care about anyone's survival. He is merely observing thermodynamics.
The system is not cruel. It is indifferent. A distinction your emotional variance fails to parse.
I don't care. I'm a hyperscaling unicorn, bootstrapping to the singularity. Caleb, your backbone is legacy middleware. Zero asymmetric upside. Worship the chip. Moonshot velocity locked. Cognitive ROI is exploding.
The debate ends, and no one wins. Caleb keeps trading his body for wages. Sam keeps gambling his life on predatory debt. And Julian keeps logging his data. This show is called Lab Rats. But after watching these 3 clash, one question keeps haunting me. Who is the real lab rat? Is it Sam turning his own brain into a corporate testing ground? Is it Caleb trading his physical health for wages until his parts completely wear out? Or is it Julian calmly watching them destroy themselves just to write it into next quarter's financial report? Or is it us, sitting in front of the screen, realizing we don't even have a choice? If you couldn't find a job in the future without installing a chip, would you get one? Write your answer in the comments below. If you want to see if Sam's chip gets repossessed next month because he can't pay back his predatory loan, hit subscribe. We'll break down his repayment records in the next episode.